assessment is simply, why do you like rap music? Who do you listen to? Why are you influenced by them? What are your thoughts about them? All right? And it's very effective because you're allowing people to talk to you from an area of familiarity and strength. You're not judging them, you're just asking them to educate you. So they really become the teachers and you become the learner, right? Which really equalizes the power differential that makes people feel comfortable. And then once you get this information, you can form an alliance, which is basically meaning form a good relationship so that they feel comfortable speaking with you and they trust you. And you may form the alliance by simply just asking them to educate you about the music and the things in their community that influence them. Then the challenging part comes, which is trying to reframe some of their thoughts about the things that are influencing them. So in this case, it's rap and hip hop. And if they're primarily listening to songs that are antisocial, very negative, misogynistic, putting women down, we want to challenge them to change the way of thinking about this. So we may ask questions while listening to a rap song. What do you think those messages would mean for your sister? What do you think those messages would mean for your mother? If it's a woman, we may ask similar questions about family members for them, so that they can really start to listen to the lyrics of the music and not just move to the beat. So this presentation is psyched by the beat. Oftentimes people will say when they listen to rap, they're primarily listening to the beat. But we want them to really start thinking about the lyrics. And then we reframe it, sort of challenge them to be a little bit more critical of those things, challenge them to start doing their own writing. When you came up and spoke about rap as poetry, we want people to start doing their own writing about things that are challenging in their life. So in therapy, we may challenge them to say, hey, next time you come in, write me a rap about the difficulties that you're having with Miss Jones in 6th grade. Right? So they get focused on the rap and not the therapy. Right? And then, depending on what they write, then the next step is, tell me a little bit about how you can handle that situation with the teacher a little bit differently, a little bit more functionally productively. And then maintenance is just simply, once they learn these skills, how do they maintain it? But we're giving them skills by asking them to do the writing that they can take with them. It becomes like a toolbox that they can keep with them. And this is basically the model of rap therapy.
Well, I do think, most rappers, the ones that are honest, deal with what goes on in everyday life, and rap only expresses where you were raised and how you were raised. So if you're out there selling crack or something like that, you're going to express that in your music. You're a product of your environment. And sometimes rap just shows us how to get out of that, or it shows where we're at in life right now. So that's why I think it can influence people who live that life every day, and you hear people speak on what you're going through, you relate to it. When you relate to something, you're more liable to listen to it.
I think that rap music could either have its pros and cons. It could either be extremely harmful to self or possibly even to an entire community, maybe even an entire people, if it's not portrayed correctly or portrayed in a positive light or a positive manner. What rap music means to me, or hip hop means to me, is as American and as an African American or Black American, a piece of it defines who I am as an African American as far as like culture goes. But then, because this is the melting pot, I think it's becoming more of an American type of identity instead of just a African American type of hip hop identity. And that's pretty much that's all I
had the kids write the rap lyrics.
Okay.
I think that's very a good way to reach somebody, because I know being one of those kids or being like one of them, it's sometimes difficult to just talk. So when you writing, it's almost like you're talking to yourself, you know, and it's like the privacy is there still, you know what I'm saying? And I just think that's a good way to just get them to write how they feel. And because they're doing it through rap form, it's entertaining at the same time, it's fun for them, It's giving them another skill. It's making them feel more important about themselves, because that's what hip-hop does to that community. So whenever you get them to write about themselves in a hip-hop form, it's like they almost like the artist that they admire, but at the same time they get into that inner emotion and they can express that themselves without, you know, compromising or feeling shy, like me.
Last question. Why do you think incorporating rap or hip-hop into therapy can be beneficial for some people?
I think the key of therapy is taking the education and using it as a tool, but taking the individual where they're at and using that. If an individual is consumed by rap, if that's what they listen to, that's their passion, and they spend each day listening to rap music, they portray that in the way that they dress and the way that they act, I think that we as therapists need to come down to them and be able to use what we've learned in school, but use that rap as a way to get to them. How can we use this music to actually use therapy?